Right. Aniwula.
Na.
Na.
Uh, together.
Kombani.
Kombeni.
Sokambeula.
Sokamalia Lafe.
Alafe.
Jingbeula.
Malia Lafe.
Tumabeula.
Tuma Malia Lafe.
Mbo. All right. We're gonna take just a minute or so. I want to hear about the ritual that you did you started last week. Let me know, what was that like for you? What have you seen since you did the ritual? Blah blah blah. That stuff. Give me some.
I was tested right away.
Huh?
I was tested right away.
All right. Give me
Well,
some.
initially. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You talking to me, Chief?
No, I'm listening to you. I said, give me some. What you got? Give me what you got.
Okay. I just did the no expectation, and that ritual with that, but kind of hard to explain. But I have a separation anxiety issues, and then I had an incident where something was changed, and it was just kind of hard for me to accept. And so what I did, I remembered the prayer, like if I fall, just the ancestors remind me of what I'm doing and don't let me go back to that again. And I did that, but it was something, still inside of me that was still bothering me. And I know that you were saying there's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. So,
Right.
So I kept working on it, but I was able to walk myself through the situation, and I got comfort with that, because I can remember if this same situation had happened about 5 or 10 years ago, whatever, I would probably still be distraught today. So I think this is an excellent lesson and thing for me, being that I do have issues with some form of changing, because this will help me not to expect things to be the same. So that helped me a lot. Hello? Did this thing cut off? I can't hear anyone.
We hear you, love.
I can't hear anyone. I'm sorry. What did I miss? It was off for a couple of seconds.
All right. Hello?
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that. My phone went out. I couldn't hear. I wasn't able to hear.
Okay, that's okay.
The last thing I heard you say was, if it was 5 years ago, you would probably still be like distraught or something like that.
Yes. So this is very good for me, and a very useful tool. for personal reasons and things like that. So anyway, I think that's yeah, I'm trying to think back because I'm still, processing a whole lot of things like that. But anyway, I'm glad that we had that ritual. I guess the ritual came in time, so I was prepared to deal with it. Not that, I'm not going to have any more issues like that, but I'm more equipped to handle these situations.
Right.
Yeah. That's all for now. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. That was nice. I like that.
Thank you.
And you're correct that it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
And the mere fact that you remembered and you recalled the ritual, that was basically your ancestors, showing you that your request has actually been honored, or it's been accepted, that they're working on it, because it took you back. They allowed you, gave you the space to remember. That's all you want them to do, is to have you to remember.
Yes.
Be present, be aware. That's all a part of having you be self-aware.
Yes.
So excellent job. That's hot.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello. So nobody else did a ritual. Is that what we're working with today? Is that what we're working with?
I
Michelle,
did a
what you got?
ritual. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'll get off.
Michelle, what you got?
Okay, so again, like Habiba said, the ritual actually came and like it was just perfect timing. What I didn't realize for me was the bad habits that I had picked up through my actions was because of these expectations and thoughts that I've had that put me in a little antsy state every now and then. And in those anxious, antsy moments, you can create bad habits, like you said, it could be from what you're eating too much of, or smoking cigarettes, or something that's not healthy or productive for you. So that was a pleasant awakening. But the first night I did it, the things that would not have happened, because now, like you said, you have to tell your ancestors this is serious. And they actually heard me when I said this is serious. So tonight, my mom locked herself out the house, and that has never happened. And I'm always in the space of, this is what's happening. It's like this is where I'm at. And this was the first time this has ever happened. And I had to get up in the middle of the night and go make sure she was at home. Like, it was just so strange because she's never done that before. But the key was just to stay calm. It was something that was unexpectedly happened. I didn't have any control over it. And it was practice during that whole process of just staying in the moment. And then on the way there, it was traffic backed all the way up. So it was another test of just stay where you are. You'll get there when you get there. And it was like probably like an hour and a half or two after I completed the ritual, everything started. It was like a domino effect. And the other thing which was really challenging, was the unveiling of a mask, another layer of mask that I had placed on myself. And now I have to realize that, oh, this is another mask. Okay, you got to pull that down and get to what's really going on here. Because you are living in an expected state at some times. You are. So now what are you going to do about it to change it where you're living, in a space of knowing and just being more mindful? So it was some challenging moments, but it was definitely necessary. And my bad habits and thoughts have decreased. And of course, I'll continue to work on it. So that was my experience.
Excellent. Because, it was a direct challenge initially, just to see and just have you realize, your mom, the only thing that happened is she locked herself out of the house. That's it. Nothing else happened outside of that. That was it. And she needed to get in the house. That's it. And the time it took you to get there, it's just the time it took to get there. That's it. Whatever had traffic be what it was, it's just whatever happened. Who knows what happened? Mm-hmm. It could have been whatever. I don't know. I don't make a million things up. But it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. And it's like this. And what you all will notice is how unself-aware you actually are. You're gonna notice that through this entire process. And you're gonna find pleasure in ecstasy in becoming self-aware. So that's hot. Thanks for sharing that. That was hot. Miss Hicks, what you got?
Oh, hi. I don't really have much in regards to this, but it's been a beautiful process and a beautiful ritual. I try to be conscious of my attitude and growth and like expectations daily, so I reflect on it. But they immediately started helping me to be more aware of more of my attitude and more of my expectation, especially what the last person just said with driving and attitudes and stuff, and like traffic and frustration and more expectation. I feel like they definitely help me to slow down. And I feel like I'm getting more like onto a schedule, because my mood kind of mood and expectation and anxiety kind of plays a part in how I sleep plays a part in that. So I've been getting better with my rest time, like what time I wake up in the morning, what time I go to sleep. It kind of just happens now, and I feel really charged up. So ever since the ritual, I've been like really super charged and happy. So that was my experience.
Nice.
Yes.
And you bring up a very, 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 very good point. And this may not pertain to you, but in part you mentioned your anxiety. But sometimes for those of us who can't sleep, or don't remember dreams, you're going to notice that the more self-aware you become, the more you relinquish yourself of expectations, you're going to notice that you're going to sleep easier. It's going to be more peaceful, because you don't leave that emotion from your expectation not being fulfilled in your waking hours. You take it with you into your sleep also, into your resting hour. And it impacts how you sleep. It impacts how you dream, meaning whether or not you remember your dreams are very fragmented. So it impacts all of that, because we don't let that stuff go. So excellent.
I wanted to ask you about the white candle.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah. Did you reply to the question? Did you reply? I had a busy divination day. Actually, all week.
Yes, I did.
I
I
haven't read
did.
your reply. I'll read your reply, and I'll reply to you. It'll probably be late tonight because I have a class right after this one, but I'll definitely reply to you tonight. I just need to read your reply. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Belinda, what you got?
Good evening.
Uh-huh.
I am by nature a very emotional person. I'm just really emotional. And when I noticed this week after the ritual, when I go to care for my mom, I go to her room and do whatever, and she's very argumentative with me. Like I said, I've never been a favorite child. So when I go approach her to do our daily thing, whatever it is I need to do for her, she gets real combative, and it usually leaves me like frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed this week, a few times I just looked at her and smiled and laughed and just came on out the room and shut the door. It like didn't touch me as it usually does.
Mm-hmm.
So I found that to be favorable. You know, it was more pleasant, yeah, than normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're gonna notice what you're gonna understand as time passes is that you are actually not emotional by nature. You're emotional by training.
Okay.
You've been nurtured to be emotional. But it seems natural. So I totally understand, where you're coming from when you say by nature.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the things that we cannot alter is our nature, because we're born with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like somebody trying to take your medicine away. Nobody can take your medicine away. This won't happen. And so you'll notice that you're actually the antithesis of emotional. You're the the polar opposite of that. That's what you're gonna come to find out during this process. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I surprised I mean, it actually surprised me. I'm like, I actually just smiled and shut the door. I didn't say, no, you have to do this. This is something you need to do. I didn't argue back. I just let her do her thing. I did what I needed to do, smiled and said, I'll see you later, and shut the door.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was better.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when you all become like more self-aware, initially, people that you know and people that know you well are not going to know how to be with you initially. So just be prepared for that, because they have an expectation of you, which 10 times out of 10, you fulfill that one for them. But you're going to notice that they're going to have a difficult time being with you. And for them, it's going to be like, wait, what? You're supposed to be doing X at this point. Because they already have an expectation of you, or they already have a point of view of you already. So that's what you all are going to notice that as well. So nice. Let me see. Deborah, what you got?
Hello. I noticed that I do allow myself to be angry or to be upset when it's not necessary. There are many times when I let people or things get the best of me, and I just lash out or I get angry pretty quickly, and so now I'm just taking my time thinking about if it's worth getting upset about, or if it's worth getting angry over, and it's not. I notice I'm being more patient, and I'm being more calm than before. Now, there's a few times where I feel I have been pushed to get angry, and because it's the norm for me to just quickly get mad. But the person saw that they couldn't push my buttons, and to get angry as quickly as I used to. So they pushed even further. But I chose not to get mad, and I chose not to lash out or get upset. I have to say, I did get headaches from it, because it's like I'm not used to this. You know what I mean? I did get headaches, but it became much easier. And afterwards, I did feel better about it. So that's it.
Okay. I'm going to address those headaches. This is why you get headaches. This is what I wanted you all to share, because it actually allows me to bring more context to what everybody is experiencing and what some of you may experience if you haven't yet. This is what you all are doing. You're actually creating what I like to term a state change. That's what's happening. Your whole way of being is being altered. And in order for there to be a state change, guess what has to happen? Your DNA has to actually reconfigure itself to accommodate the state change. That's what's happening. And that is why, for some of you, you will actually get a headache, because you have a lot going on. Not just, oh, we did this ritual and these are the results. You're actually experiencing a state change. You're actually altering your DNA. That's what's happening during this process. That's why it takes a little longer. They were pushing you and all that stuff, because your DNA was changing in those moments. And so that's what's actually happening. So yeah, that's hot. That is hot. Go ahead.
Is it safe to say it's like a detox or something?
Yeah.
That's how I felt like.
That's a good way to put it. It's like a detox.
Perfect. Yeah. Because I get when I detox, I get headaches.
Yep.
And at times it felt like I was detoxing. I was getting a headache from it.
Nice. I like that. It's a detox. I'm gonna use that one. I like that. All right, what else y'all got? All right. Okay.
Chief?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to say this too. I just want to add on to say that, going through my experience, my learning experience, initiation, I was able to, and instead of just trying to blame everything and everybody and all that stuff about what had happened and stuff, I was able to come up with solutions, because I just remembered what our prayer was, just to be in the present, and like I said, if we fall, pick us up and don't let us go back again. And one of the ways that I was able not to go back again was to think of solutions and how to better the situation instead of the situation trying to accommodate me or whatever, if I'm speaking correctly, because I know that, like I said years ago, if this had happened to me, it would have been totally different. And this time, I was able to work through the situation easier because I was able to let my expectations go. So, so I think that was a good plus for me, and I saw some growth in that, even though it was still painful, but it's like instead of focusing on the pain and hurt and embarrassment or whatever, because I did expect something, I can just let that go and just move on and think about solutions and think about what's going to make the situation better, you know, if it is a situation, you know. So anyway, like when you were saying our DNA is changing and we do have like headaches sometimes, I did, my head was start trying to hurt, but I thought I was just trying to think too much, but but anyway, that's what I just wanted to share.
I mean, that is phenomenal. And you were able to come up with solutions because you were in a state of self-awareness. That's all.
Yes.
Where you can solve any problem when you're self-aware. Any of them.
Yes.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the emotion blocking, sitting in between you and the solution. There's nothing sitting in between the two of you. Not two of you, but you and the solution.
Right.
So you can easily see the solution. It's right there.
Yes.
Excellent. That's hot.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. Tamira, what?
So this week, I'm not sure. I think what happened with me is I'm able to sleep better. I can actually rest, and I want to rest all the time. So I feel calm, like my insides feel calm, and usually sleep is usually an issue for me. So I'm up and down all night, you know, just up, and I can't sleep, or sometimes I'll get up and it's just very restless. But here lately, I've been like exhausted. And I wasn't sure if it was the ritual or the show, but it may be both. But I've been resting a lot. Even today, as a matter of fact, while I was driving, I almost fell asleep because I was so calm and just chill. It's hard for me to explain. It's like my insides are relaxed. So, yeah, that's been my experience this week. Not too much, just relaxation.
Yes, and that's why I mentioned earlier about being able to rest better, being able to sleep better. And you enter into a state of calmness because we have no clue the burden that expectations put on us. It's heavy. And when you ask your ancestors to remove expectations, to have you to be self-aware, you know, what's happening is that the weight of having to have expectations goes away. Because you don't have to have it. Because subconsciously we think that we have to have expectations. And you find people ask me all the time, well, if you don't have expectations, then, you know, you don't have standards. They're not, expectations and standards are not the same thing. You have standards and not have expectations. Standard stands by itself. And either the standard is met or it's not. It's simple. And if it's not met, it's just not met. And if it's met, it's just met. And it's as simple as that. And you begin to feel, someone just asked me about feeling extra sleepy. you begin to feel extra sleepy. And many of you will actually experience what Tamira has experienced. And the person who asked me this question, what if you feel extra sleepy, experience. It's because you can finally rest, and you'll understand, and you begin to get what's happening is you're actually in a sleep deficit. But you don't know you're in a sleep deficit because you might close your eyes and go to sleep, but that doesn't mean that you're sleeping peacefully. Doesn't mean that. I mean, you just went to sleep. So you can still be in a sleep deficit. So when those things start to go away, you're actually able to sleep, and you want to sleep. That's what you want to do. Yes, you're playing catch up on sleep. Mm-hmm. And so those of you who have your shells, I'll explain that. Oh yeah, okay, I can explain that to y'all. Those of you who have your shells and said like you've been feeling drained, this is what's happening with the shells. You're wearing the shells because those shells they're pulling the essence of you is actually going into those shells. That's why you're wearing them. That's why you don't want to rabbit dance, because that's actually putting somebody else's stuff in those shells. That's why you don't want to be around dead people or people who are dying, because their essence is actually leaving or has left and is hanging around, and they will attach themselves to your shells. That's why you don't want that on your shells. You want only the essence of you on those shells. So that is why you may feel that way. And some people feel that, some people don't. So yeah, that's why you may feel that sometimes, because it's actually pulling your essence. They go into the shell, because remember, those shells, they're actually, somebody used the word charge. You're actually charging those shells. That's what you're doing. So yeah, that is that. That is that. Okay. All right, so now, let's get to that homework. What y'all got?
Chief,
Yes.
I'm ready to go if Tamara is.
I'm ready.
Perfect. Give me some.
So did you receive what I sent you?
What you seeing?
I sent a flower in a particular color.
What color flower?
Purple.
How do these?
What kind of flower? A tulip.
I saw a yellow flower. I thought that was you.
No, the first one was a yellow tulip. The second one was a shape, a colored shape.
Okay. What shape was that?
A diamond,
What color was it?
black.
A black diamond. Okay. You said a black diamond and a
Purple tulip.
purple tulip.
I don't know if I got those.
So what did you send me?
Wait, one second. We need to make. She got them. She needs to be present.
Yeah, I probably wasn't present enough.
Yeah, so go through that week, each and every day.
I don't think we started in November. Was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. You know, if I had thought about it, man, this time over. It was 2 weeks ago. Okay, let me see. Second.
You know, I was shown some blue flowers, and they were definitely blue. But I don't-
1 second. Did you go like downtown?
No,
Did you go to shopping district?
I did.
Okay. Was it like one of those outdoor malls?
No, it was actually like the grocery store.
Oh, let me get to that. You know, actually, I'm looking at they keep showing me the black diamond shape. I'm sorry. Let's get back to this flower. I was one exercise ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, the grocery store, they have flowers, like the garden stuff is right outside, so you can't help but walk through there. And I may have seen it, but it may not have like registered as the flowers she sent me. I kept seeing the yellow flowers, and I was like, oh, that's gotta be Brenda. She said she sent a flower, and she said, pay attention to the color, and I was like, it's gotta be the yellow. It's gotta be.
I'm gonna tell you where I see the flower. I see the flower. It's in like a cluster of flowers and some other flowers, but not like in a. They're planted in like you know, like if you I'm trying to look beyond this area, but I'm going to describe it to you. So you know, like if you go to a park or you're in a parking lot, and then you see an island of flowers. You know what I'm talking about? Like if you go to a park or like to a parking lot, you may see like an island of flowers, or you walk outside of a building and they've potentially planted some flowers there to beautify the area. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and it's a cluster of flowers, right?
In a shopping center, there's a restaurant where I was at, and flowers and plants and flowers and all kinds of stuff. And I noticed it because they put it down for the dogs to pee on, and I was like, wow, those are so pretty. Why would they plant those just for dogs to pee on? So it may have been what you're talking, I don't know. But I don't know. They may have been it.
Yeah, you don't have to do it now, but when you get a chance, ride back by there, wherever that area is, and see if you see that flower there. That's what I see. for that one. But just whenever you get a chance. Now, the diamond thingy that showed up twice. The reason I asked was you go to like a shopping area or a shopping district or something like that, because I see it's like an outdoor, like it's a strip, or maybe like one of those outdoor malls or something like that. And in the window, there's a jewelry store, and actually they're showcasing black stuff, like black jewelry. And there was a black diamond there, and you saw an emblem of. There's the second time you saw it was like on a. It was an emblem or something like that on, like, maybe it was on a car or like something.
It's coming back. It's coming back. There was a jewelry store that had the emblem, and I believe I saw something on a car that caught my eye. But of course, I didn't think nothing of it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But it's familiar. Everything you're saying is very familiar. So
Yeah.
Well, Linda, Chief, are you ready for me to go?
Yeah.
Melinda, I sent you a black cat.
I thought I knew it.
You said you did what now?
I knew it was a black cat.
Oh, black cat. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Know it.
I got that instantly.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Was it a big one or a little one?
It wasn't a kitten.
Okay.
It wasn't a kitten, no.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't specify the size, so I was like, big or small, it don't matter as long as it's a black cat.
Yeah, I got that one immediately.
Good. The second one I sent was a bluebonnet flower.
No, I didn't get that one.
Girl, yes, you did.
A bluebonnet flower?
And they're kind of violent.
Wait a minute. You said a flower?
Yeah.
I don't even know what a bluebonnet looks like.
Well, it's violet, or maybe like a bluish purple. Sometimes they're blue, sometimes they're purple. It's actually a Texas flower. That's why I sent it.
Okay.
But yeah, I sent that just to keep it interesting.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm trying to think of how long ago this was. This was like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yep.
Right.
Okay. I was in my sister's yard after the funeral. Yeah, I saw a blue flower, but it wasn't the Texas flower, but I kept looking at these flowers in my sister's yard when we were about to leave. And if it wasn't for my husband had that surgery, I would have asked him to dig this particular flower up. She got I don't even know what they're called, but it's the prettiest, bluest flower, and the bulbs are really big, the huge flowers. Planted in her yard that she had got out of my grandfather's yard after he passed, and planted them in her yard. And I kept looking at this blue plant. I said, I want to take a piece of this home and get my husband to plant it in his yard, but of course he couldn't do any digging. So I left it there, but I actually, yes, this blue flower I wanted to take home with me. but it wasn't the Texas flower. I forget what they call this flower, but it's awful big. The bulbs are huge.
Well, it sounds like you got it. I mean, it wasn't exactly a blue bonnet, but you know.
Yeah, it was that blue flower. Yeah, Shamira, you're good. Yeah, Tamara, yeah, you're good. Because I got that immediately, and I did. I wanted to bring that flower home.
Now, I want you to think about something.
Me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you, and hopefully you can remember this. Do you remember seeing an apron with flowers on it?
If you're speaking, Chief, I can't hear you.
I'm waiting for you.
You said you hope I could remember something.
Oh, okay. You didn't have, yes. Do you remember seeing an apron with flowers on it, with the blue flowers on it? It had the apron had that Texas, yeah, it had that flower on it. This apron. And it looked like a full apron, not just a waist one, the one that goes on your neck and your waist. That's what it looks like.
Oh.
And it's like that's why I asked, hopefully you can remember, because I heard that you're not, it was, you would have remembered it that week, but just see if you can remember that. It was in passing. You didn't see it and say, ooh, I like that. It was just, it was in passing when you saw it.
A lot of ladies had on aprons at the repast. Let me see. Blue. Does this flower have space between the petals? Like a little space between the petals?
Yeah.
That's it. I saw it.
That's it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Girl, you good.
No, Tamara's good. She sent that right. I mean, I got that immediately. I didn't get the flower, but the cat, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice.
Okay, that was fun.
Yeah. So, you're welcome. So this is the reason that, like, you all get this homework, and actually all the homework assignments, is because it shows you that you can use this when you need to send someone a message, like send your family members a message. Say if you have someone who in your family who just won't listen, ain't listening to nobody, just hard head, and it might be you, who knows? I always say, if you can't identify the person in question, it might be you. So if you have a circumstance where, for example, it could be a teenager or an adult, and they're just not listening, or they're having an issue with something and you can't reach them, they're not listening to anyone, or you just want to send them a message, period, you can actually use this ritual to send them a message. And that's what, I mean, that's what this week's assignment is going to be. A couple of you kind of got ahead of the assignment, but that's what this week's assignment is going to be, so you all will see. But this is, I want you all to send, like, you know, you all did it perfectly. Send like flowers and pictures and animals and, you know, things like that, because those things are easily identifiable. So it's like that's step one. A phrase isn't as easily identifiable or as easy to send, but it's still really easy to send, but to pick up. And it's all about your intentions. That's the thing that really carries the message. And so you can use this ritual and modify it slightly for yourself, for your family member, and send them a message. It's easy. And when they get the message, it will occur to them as though it is their own thought. That's how it will occur. Like, oh, they just thought of this. Wow. And they may come to you as though they had this great epiphany. And you can just sit back and just know that, okay, I sent that. But you don't have to let them know you sent it. Period. Because it's not about letting them know. It's about them getting the results that they need. That's what it's about at the end of the day. Because you are the puppet master. That's who you are. You're the keeper of the shrine. That's who you are, which makes you have great responsibility, but it's easy responsibility. Because it just takes a simple 5-minute ritual, boop, and that's it. You just walk away at that point because it's done. It's a wrap. All right, what else y'all got?
Belinda?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I think y'all were done. I'm done with y'all. Y'all good. All right, I'm gonna have to start calling people out. Corinthia. Miss Hicks.
I'm here. I was listening. I'm here.
Okay. Where's your partner?
Vivian.
Vivian here tonight? Oh man. Usually Vivian's in class. Okay. You off the hook for now.
Woo-hoo. Okay.
Let me see. Let me go down this list. Michelle, what you got?
Okay, so
Your partner here?
can you hear me?
Yes. Is your partner here?
Yes, Habiba. Let's see here. Okay, Habiba. So for
I'm here.
Okay, got it. So the first message I sent to you was a yellow and black butterfly to represent.
I'm sorry. Am I cutting off?
Can
Oh, okay. Okay. Michelle, you say you sent me a yellow and black butterfly?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that was 2 weeks ago.
I'm trying to remember. I always like to take my kids around the parking lot and stuff like that, and we do see butterflies, and we do have a butterfly plant there, but
Mhm.
I don't know if it's called a butterfly. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be live. Does it have to be alive, Chief?
Nope. It can be as dead as a doorknob.
No, I'm just saying like in animation form.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
It can
like
be an
in a
animation form,
picture.
yeah. Yes, it can be in a
Yes.
picture.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, I think I did see that last week.
So, was it? Can you describe, the print on the butterfly? Like, was it stripes or circles, or
It's
was
like
it?
a monarch butterfly, the basic monarch butterfly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So the second message was rainbow, or for you to be looking up at the sky and seeing the clouds and rainbows. I know there was more than one, but
Okay. Here's the thing. I know that when it was raining one time, like recently, and the sun was shining also, I remember specifically saying I want to look in the sky and see a rainbow because these are all the elements that a rainbow need is the rain and the sun. So I did put forth an effort to find one.
okay.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
were you were you feeling a certain way at that time, or what type of feeling do you have when you see a rainbow? Did that cross your mind, or what emotion did you have?
Um. Okay. Do you want me to speak when I do see the rainbow and stuff?
No, I get. Oh, let me just say it. I was when you saw the rainbow and was thinking about the sky. I just wanted you to be like happy and joyful. To have that happy,
Yeah.
playful feeling.
Yeah. Like I said, I was looking for it, and because it was raining a little bit, and the sun was shining also, and I went looking for it. But however, when I do see rainbows, I do feel happiness, and it's more when I see that combination of those elements like fire and water together and stuff like that, I feel empowered. I feel more of a spiritual type of thing. That's why when it's raining and the sun is shining, I want to be out in it. So I don't know if I'm far off in left field, but
No, that's actually it, because it's interesting because when I was sending the second message, I was in a space of, how will she see this rainbow and it's so sunny outside? It was a couple of weeks. I was sending the message in a questionable state and a hope
okay.
state, and then here you are, it seems like saying, looking for something, because my
Yes.
message I wasn't delivering it as confidently as probably I should have delivered the message. So it received it, but you will had to search for it in a sense. So yeah.
Yeah, that's powerful because I was seeking. So your intentions were met. because I was.
Yeah. And you said unmet.
Yeah, they were met because, like you said, you didn't, you know, you didn't put as much energy into it, but your intentions were for me to see the rainbow. So your intentions were powerful enough for me to go seeking a rainbow, even if the conditions didn't meet up with that. But I think it's one and the same. I don't know.
That's it. Well said. So it's amazing how it came across. Message came across to you, and still in the way that. So good intention, but it was a question mark there. But you had that desire to look for it anyway. So yeah, you said it. Well said.
Thank you. Yes, I know. I was running out the building. I said, "It's raining." Oh, I run down the steps, and I just try to get out and look. So anyway, yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, that's it.
So
Thank you, Michelle. I love those. Spiritual seekings.
Yes, thank you.
so this is hot. And I want you to see and recognize how hard and the amount of effort your ancestors will put into fulfilling upon your request. To have someone see a rainbow, that's easy. But to say that you want them to look into the sky and see the rainbow, that's a tall order.
Yes.
That means that they would have to manipulate nature in a great way. That makes sense?
Yes.
So,
yes.
So what they did is they did the best that they could do. They went to Habiba and had her desire to see a rainbow. And in order for her to desire to see the rainbow, she has to see the rainbow in her mind. Not just say, I want to see the rainbow. She has to, her mind, her brain will paint a picture of what she wants, of her desire to see the rainbow. Then followed by whatever, however you wanted her to feel. And so they actually work very hard to fulfill your request. Sometimes what we ask for is a tall order. And you're asking them to do this, get this within a 3 or 4 day period. And if the conditions aren't there, then they may not have the ability to show her based upon, because you're very specific about what you want. Now, if you would have left off the details and say, oh, just see a rainbow and go this way. She could have been walking down the street. She could have been home watching television. Could have been in the car. Saw it on a billboard or wherever. Or somebody could have had it on their shirt. That's a lot easier to fulfill.
Okay.
And it's great because I want you all to recognize that recognize how hard your ancestors will work to fulfill upon what you want. Secondly, one second. Secondly, understand that what you ask for and the way you ask for it may not always happen in the time frame that you need it to happen. It'll happen. Because the moment a rainbow would have appeared, they would have led Habiba outside. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It does.
So when we ask for things, just understand sometimes it's a tall order. And we may view it as like when I develop a software application to print a document, all my client does is click print. Not understanding to manually create a print routine takes a ton of effort. A lot. It's very complex. But for the user and for all of you, all you're doing when you want to print something, click print, poof, it appears. It just goes to the printer, boom, that's it. And so when you make requests of your ancestors, it's the same concept. You can't see what's happening in the background to fulfill upon your request. For you, it's simple as lights and candles, incense, liquor, whatever. That's it. That's all the effort that you have to put into the ritual. And they're doing all the work. So yeah, I just wanted to bring everybody present to that. Okay, what you got, Habiba?
That was very powerful because I can remember week before last when we were sending each of our partners something that we want them to experience, and Michelle had asked me, did I have a certain smell of some food and stuff like that, and I had after I thought about it, I did remember smelling some certain type of food. It was like in the morning time, and I'm like, who would be cooking like this in the morning, as an afterthought. And then another thing that what you had said also, and you clarified it again, when I wanted Michelle to smell this particular type of incense and stuff, and I think it was the blessings incense. Mm-hmm. And you were saying that 999, I think, is kind of similar to that. So I come to realize that things on this side of they're going to interpret it the best way they can from where they are, our ancestors are.
Correct.
So that's why I was saying that if Michelle wanted me to see a butterfly, was the butterfly live, or was it a picture, or was it, a poster or something like that? Because they're going to come up with the answers the best way they can. So, you know what? And just talking. Mm-hmm. I have a butterfly metamorphosis on my wall. And I noticed that my kids just kept going over there and just putting their hands on it and stuff like that. So I think that's where that came through. So anyway.
Nice.
I think they're going to get the message to us the best way we can and the best way that we are open for it. So
Right.
yeah.
Absolutely. Very well understood. Nice.
Mhm.
Nice. All right. So what did you? Both of you all didn't go, right? Just one of you. Did both of you all go, or just one? Did you tell?
When you say go?
Did you tell Michelle what you sent her?
Oh no, no. My thing was to have Michelle to smell the incense, that particular incense and stuff. And so yeah, and she did say that she did smell the fragrance. Even that was the past homework. So I didn't do it this time. I was a little delinquent. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I was kind of like focused on something else. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right. Let me see. So y'all want me to call y'all out? That's what y'all want me to do? I can do that. What y'all got? Let me see. The first name I see, that's the name I'm calling. Amanda Johnson.
Hey, Chief.
Hey, is your partner here?
I knew you were gonna call me next. So I was for this last assignment, I was on my cycle. So and part of I sent Reva one message from the last assignment.
Okay.
Is Reva on the call?
Nah, she's not. Nope. Not tonight. See, you're off the hook.
Oh.
All right, let me see. Who else we got? Dun, 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 dun. Roxanne. Dun, 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 dun.
Hello, good night. Are you all hearing me?
Good night.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so I wasn't able to complete just, I think, the last 2 days of this ritual because my cycle started, but
Okay.
So I'm hoping she got both messages. So
who's your partner? Your partner here?
Yes, she is.
Huh?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Go ahead. Y'all got it. Take it over.
All right. So for the first 3 days, I sent you a little song, Deborah. Do you like to sing?
No, I don't like to sing. But
So I sent you a little song, and it has to do. I'm just going to give you this hint, and then you will let me know if anything. Keep jumping out at you. So it's all about shining.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if people that you know for the past 2 weeks, right? Well, 2 weeks ago, people that you know probably didn't know. Did they give you any sort of compliment?
Any compliments?
Or greeting with anything in particular with the word shine? Okay.
With the word shine, no. Mm-mm.
They could have told you that you were lit.
So no song came to mind 2 weeks ago. No song was just there you know, that you were hearing over and over and over, you know, probably on your way to work or somewhere, or a child was singing it or anything like that? Nothing like that?
Over those 2 weeks, did you wear yellow?
No, I didn't.
Around yellow? Because I keep seeing yellow around the when the compliment came, or whatever, something about shining in yellow. That's what I keep seeing.
Hmm.
Okay. Did anybody tell you anything about you shining bright? Nothing at all?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So, well, that little song that I sent you was
Look through your text. Did you get a text message about it? Something about like somebody give you a compliment via text?
No, I don't get those. No.
so you had no experience where you was like you had. Did you have any experience at all with anything, you know, shining, whether it's a light or, you know, something stood out to you, you know, whether it was the sun or the moon or anything, nothing stood out to you that was just shining that you couldn't miss?
Yeah, the sun. I did a water ritual the last 2 weeks, and the sun was shining. I had looked up at the sun, it was shining.
Right. So when you looked up at the sun, did you make any kind of any remark or anything like that with regards to the sun shining, that shine from the sun?
I didn't make a remark. I just was looking at the sun, and yeah, it was shining bright.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So at your, maybe at work, so that's your job. Is there like a little printer room or like a break room or something like that? Not a big room.
No.
No.
No. Mm-mm.
Did you go into a room where all the walls, some room where all the walls are white? Because it looks like a little break room or something, like a, I don't know, something. But all the walls are just white.
All the walls in my mom's house are white.
Because when they say shine, like I keep like they will not let this image of you being in a space where all the walls are white. That's why I asked.
I remember being at my niece's house. Her walls are white. Let me see. I haven't been in any offices or anything.
Yeah, I keep seeing the white walls. It's not, so this space that I see is not, it could be a living space, it could be, but it's not a huge space, so it's not like a hall. It's nothing like that. It's a much smaller space. What I see.
Oh gosh.
Something with you shining has something to do with that. So they keep pointing at.
No,
Okay, let me see. Give me a second.
Oh.
Go ahead. What you about to say?
No, I'm trying to remember all the places that I was. Oh gosh. can't think. I can't think of anything. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Darn it.
What is white wall? Let me see. White wall, small space. Huh? So I'm gonna say what I see, and I know this may be a long shot for
Okay.
you, because women kind of funny about this one, but this is all I can do is say what I see. You wouldn't by chance have gone to like a mall, or it could have been even like a department store, and gone in the bathroom?
No, I didn't go to a mall. I was in a nail salon.
Did you go to the bathroom in the nail salon?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Walls white?
Yep, the walls were white.
Okay.
Yep.
Whew, okay. So they pointed at like a store or something. And actually, I mean, this is what I see, but women I know be like, I ain't going to the bathroom. And y'all get some time. I just hold it till I get home. Okay.
Yeah.
That's working out for you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, think about when you were washing your hands or standing in front of the sink or something like that, looking in the mirror. What were you thinking about? But they show you like in this small. Go ahead. What were you thinking about? Show you in this space, and there was something that popped in your mind.
Out of the I don't know, the smell of the lavender soap that they had. And that's about it.
There was the thoughts you had when you looked at yourself, or you were present to yourself, or something like that.
Oh, how shiny I was because I have a tan.
Woo, thank you. Good Lord. Why y'all make me work so hard? Gosh. Woo, Lord.
Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
how shiny I am. Yeah, I got a tan. Yeah.
Oof.
And you had to look in the mirror to get that answer, to see that. Oh my gosh, you had me laughing.
Okay.
Right? So that little song, what I sent you was, you telling yourself, well, saying to yourself, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So whether it's yourself or who, but that light within us, it is for it to continue to shine.
Okay.
Right. So you are studying that you're shining because a tan, it's the light in you for it to continue to shine.
Okay. Alrighty. Got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So tan or not, your light is in you. So let it shine.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
All right. So you want the second one? Do you want the second one, or do you want to give me your first 3 Ds?
Let's go with the second one. I'll tell you something.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's the second one. Let's go.
Okay, so the second one is I sent you lots of love. So did you meet friends or old family or old friends that you haven't seen for a little while, or even children, and did they give you lots of love?
No. It's nobody that I haven't seen in a while. And we must have been on the same page with that one because my first one is kind of similar to what I sent you. Somebody I haven't seen in a while. No, there's no one that I haven't seen in a while.
Did you meet anybody probably you may have went to school with, or anybody approaching you, asking you, you know, as if they know you? But it probably could have been from, you know, school, some school time or something like that. Because actually what I sent you, I myself received it.
Okay. Okay. So it didn't happen to me, but it happened to you. Because of what I sent you.
Okay.
So Chief, could it happen that way?
It could, you know, anything is possible, but you got her message. What you said, you sent her love, right?
Yes, she was to get lots of love. So at least if anybody hugged, you know, and give her a kiss, you know, stated, you know, they didn't see her for so long, you know. So that's what it was.
Okay. Because oh, can I say mine now? Because I didn't receive that.
Yes, you did.
I did?
In the same way you received the shine.
Oh, goodness. Here we go.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Give me a second. Let me look.
Oh, good. Okay.
Think about this is what, and this actually made you smile. Did you see like what I see is I see like a billboard or some sign. It could have been maybe a marquee or something that had love on it, but the love was written, the font was a really cute kind of font, and it was like the way that love was spelled, each letter had a color. That's what I see, had a different color. It's like a colorful sign or something with the word love on it. And it actually touched you or moved you in some way. And you smiled. So think about that.
It was probably one of billboards. I was on Expressway going to do my water ritual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because on the way, I look at the different billboards, and it was a colorful billboard that I haven't noticed before.
Okay. That's what they keep pointing at. They keep pointing at that. Okay.
Yeah, because it's like going down the expressway. If anybody's ever been to Atlantic City, they have like a lot of billboards, and yeah, it was a colorful one.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool in the game. Oh, y'all making me work. Go ahead. Go ahead and say yours. Roxanne, don't make me work. I'm telling you. Put that hammer down.
Okay, Roxanne. And this is what I mean by similar. You will receive warm greetings from a person you least expect. So whether it be you receive warm hugs, warm kisses, a warm handshake from a person you least expect.
Well, I don't know. As I told you, I sent you this exact thing, with getting lots of love, a hug and a kiss, and that same, that same either day or the next day, when I went to the credit union, this girl was like, hi, I know your face, and I'm like, well, I don't know. So she said, this school. I said, nah. Here she Gustin. I said, yeah. So she seemed familiar, but I just didn't know who it was, but she know who I was, right? So, so we talked and you smile, so for me, while I know she went to the same school with me, I really didn't know who she was. And we just sat there and we were talking and stuff like that until she, was called to be attended to. Okay. Right. So, I was like, but I sent this for Deborah and, I'm meeting a straight somebody who I haven't seen or, probably can't remember and, I'm just, yeah.
Okay. That good enough, Chief?
Yeah.
Okay. My second one was, you'll see hummingbirds.
I can't recall hummingbird. Oh, that's 2 weeks ago. That's not. Let me check my calendar.
Yeah, like maybe the kids drew a hummingbird or something.
Yeah.
Well, what happens is last at the ending of May we had sports. So the colors that we have is actually, Kiskadee, hummingbird, scarlet ibis, and blue jay. So what they actually did was to draw the outline of the bird, each bird, behind the t-shirt. So if it's in terms of a drawing, well, then I would have seen that definitely. But if it's a real one, well, I'm still waiting on that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a real one. It could have been in a drawing or on TV or something like that. Just as long as you saw a hummingbird, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. Because I was going to say, I was literally about to say it wasn't real, and something was like, shut up. So I just didn't say it. It's just like,
yeah, because 2 weeks ago you all taxing my brains. I'm like, oh God, what happened? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Excellent. You ladies did a phenomenal job. And thank you, Roxanne, for not making me have to work. I guess see what happens when you put those threats down. That's what I have to start doing.
Oh goodness.
Thank you.
Put the hammer down, and that'll put y'all into action. That's hot. Nah, that was fun. I like that one. I like that. I actually like to work. So okay. I like doing that because it actually stretches my brain and my connection to the other world when I have to look. And especially like when you say, no, nothing at work. Because when I see an image, I have to kind of put together where it is. And there's this tight space. I think about like, okay, what are small spaces where the walls will be white? I'm thinking like a printer room at work, like a small break room. And so they wouldn't, and then they pointed at, they said, oh, it's in like a mall store. I kept seeing all this stuff. And that's why I was like, oh, okay, what did you go to? Like a mall, like it could have been a store or something like that. And then and it's interesting because even like what I know, I'll sit there and I'll think to myself, oh, okay. And before I say it, something will say, Black women don't use the bathroom in public places. That's like, oh, that's why I said, well, now this might be a long shot. That's what popped in my mind. So yeah, I actually enjoy working. I like doing that.
Well, it was at a work. It was at a place of business, so it was like at somebody else's job, somebody else's work. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
Ah, okay. Yep. Cool. All right. So this is what we got. This is the homework for this week. I want you to send your partner a message. Like, and so Roxanne and Deborah, so you all basically do the assignment over, because so I want you all to send like a verbal message, not an Iliad, not a poem, not a thesis, none of that. So you're not gonna get all that, I promise you. Send them like a one-liner or something like that. Okay, does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Cool. And that's the homework assignment, because and like I stated earlier, I hope you all are seeing like how powerful like these 3 assignments that you all have had are. That's extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. And I'm gonna do something with you all that I usually wait a little longer, but I got that I can go ahead and do this with you all. So the items you're gonna need 3 candles. You need a white candle, a red candle, and I want you to listen for what the 3rd candle is and what your people tell you that they need as the 3rd candle. Does that make sense? So I'm not gonna give you the 3rd candle. In the same way that, like when I give a ritual, I sit there and I say, okay, red, white, green. It just comes to me, it just pops in my mind like that. And do not second guess yourself. What you see initially is what it is. Regardless of how faint the color or the candle might be, or how pronounced it might be. It doesn't matter. What you see first is what it should be. If it's faint, then as you continue to look and do the rituals, it will become more obvious, more pronounced. It'll happen. Okay. Any questions about any of that? Oh, and you need 3 incense. Do that one. So you basically use all the same items that you used on the previous rituals, but this time you're gonna come up with what the 3rd candle is, 3rd color candle will be. You'll know it. You will know it. Okay? Any questions, comments?
One comment.
Yes.
I've known that to be true because a couple of weeks ago, I wanted to do something for my family, and the 3rd candle, the color yellow came up, and so I used that. And so this week, I'm going through pretty much the same thing with my family, but I think I wanted to be more powerful and things like that. And I said, well, I know to use the red candle, I know to use the white candle. And then the next color came to my mind. So I said, okay, I'm going to get those candles. So that's true. The answers, they'll tell you what they want. And so that's what I'm going to get. Chief, another thing with this sending the partner a message and stuff, could I, and I probably need to talk to my Kareen, could I do like another ritual simultaneously because I think the second one is it's just real pressing on me. It's my family situation and stuff. So,
so yes, when you do, you have red kola nut.
no, I can get it though.
You for the one that's pressing for your family, you need to get red kola nut. You need to chew one half of one red kola nut. You need to chew up one half and spit it on the shrine. That's the last thing you're gonna do. But remember, spit that on the shrine, and that will make that ritual complete, or make it powerful.
Okay.
Whatever it is, that's what I just got. I don't know what it is. So yes, but the answer to your question is yes. And the one that you do for your family, you want to call upon all of the soldiers who are equipped to handle that issue, because it's going to take some strength for that one.
I'm sorry, people. There's military people in my family. My father was in the military, and I had some great uncles and everything in the military as well. So, I don't know if you was talking about that type of soldiers, but that in my mind. But I know people, relatives that like mothers and aunts and cousins and all that, who try to keep the family going and try to keep their, things going right. They're soldiers as well. They're not like the military type soldiers, but when you had said that, they came to my mind. So
yeah, and to answer your question, yes. When I said soldiers, that's just what I got. That you're gonna, because what you need is you're gonna need like a lot of force or a lot of strength. And so you're gonna need people strong, and all those people fall into that category. So you can, and they know who the soldiers are, and you want to call upon the soldiers in the family who are best equipped to handle that issue.
Okay.
And then you're gonna spit some kola nut there. Yep. Red kola nut, one red one, and then the other piece you're gonna sit it on the seat of the shrine, or on top of the shrine. You're gonna sit it right there.
Okay.
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 See, that was easy.
Now, Chief and I had been when we do our renewal rituals, at the shrine and everything, at our church, when you say the shrine, I know other people might not know, but I've called out to the ancestors to fix the situation then, and then it was a couple of times I had asked the ancestors to fix the situation, but on this side it doesn't look like anything is happening. So I don't know if I'm being impatient, or because when I talk to one of my relatives on the phone, they're saying it's the same thing going on, whatever. And so I'm like, okay, what else is there to do? Or should I just be patient and let some of the medicine soak in, or I don't know.
So this is what's happened. You did the ritual, but the element that was missing was the red kola nut. And you all will learn about that as we continue to do rituals, because some things need a lot of strength. As a matter of fact, let me ask you, because what color did you get for that third candle?
Green. The first time it was yellow, and then this morning when I was thinking about it, early this morning, still dark outside, green came up.
Okay. And this is going to be is a great conversation because this is actually, you're actually a few weeks ahead. Ask them how many candles do they need? Because it's not always 3. Sometimes it is 3, sometimes it's 4. Sometimes
Any particular color? Because that green came kind of strong.
Yeah, but ask them if they need more than 3 or only 3. Like just say how many candles do you need? Just ask them that question, and they'll answer
Okay.
right.
Okay. And 7 came to my mind right now, but I want to get in that trusting mode of my first mind situation. But so when should I wait to hear how many candles that they need, or is it spontaneous like I had said, 7?
A lot of time, like, so you'll grow as you mature, and you'll know exactly how many. It'll just come, like, okay, and it'll begin to come. And the moment you see the number of not shells, but candles, you actually see the colors. That's how it occurs for me. I see everything happens at once. I see how many colors all at the same time.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna move on.
So I'm gonna give you, because this is very important for you, this ritual. There's 4 candles you need. The 4th candle is black. And on that black candle, you need to talk about something that needs to be washed away or cleansed. Or something like that. That's what I keep hearing. To really have things start to move. Because there's like stagnation, something, because something's not moving.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna use the black candle to move whatever that is that's stagnant. Whatever's in the way of the result that you want. Something like that. You pray that over the black candle. Okay?
And Chief, last week I ran across 2 black candles. I felt the need to have them, and I bought them. The container, the glass that they're in, is black, and I lit the candle, and I started feeling a sense of peace. Mm-hmm. Because the glass was black, and I don't know why it was like I just had to have these black candles. They're not the taper candles, but they're the black candles, and I think that goes along when I was saying when our ancestors try to give us a message, they're gonna present it the best way they can, and the way I pick up on it, that's what I'm going to do. But being that you know more, I will get the black taper candles.
Yeah, get one of those. And those black candles, you got them because there was a message in that.
Yeah, it was like I had to have them. So. Okay.
All righty. Excellent.
Okay. Thank you.
Roxanne, what you got? Make it quick. I got a class started 8 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a bit coincidental. So Monday I started my first day of school vacation, and a whole lot of things I have to do. And I was like, I need to go to my people to talk to them. So as I went to them, well, I know the base candles, which is the white and the red.
Mm.
And I said, look, listen to me. I know, I have to strengthen you all up and things. So all of my concerns that I have for my children, myself, I wrote it out on the paper so that, I can flow. So when I was finished praying over and saying what I want, I lit the white, then I lit the red from the white. And then I said, okay, I'm going to give you a little incense here. And oh, yes, I have cola nut. I can't remember what it's cola nut for, but here what I know I had to give you all on a thing. So I went and I get some, but I put it in the plate. And I think what I was hearing is that you're telling Habiba to put it on top of the shrine.
Yes, sit it on top of the shrine, yes.
That's the half as well as the part that is chewed.
So what you want to do is you want to break it in half. You want to
Yes.
take half of it and chew it and spit it on the shrine. And the other half, you can sit it on the top.
Okay, right. So I got that part. So I think that's the only part because I have it in the plate.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was, finished, because I'm saying, okay, if you all need anything, just let me know now, So
Mm-hmm.
I left. Well, I walked away and then I was like, well, I need some yellow. Okay, right. I'm going to give you all some yellow because, it now come to my mind here. And then as I go in again, say, green. Okay, green. Let me go get some green for you all. Thing. I think I give them a little alcohol and I said, I know it's a lot of giving you all here, but there's just a little, something. So once I get the results, you would I would give you more. So, hearing Habiba, and then you talk about it, I'm like, yeah, we are in a learning, a space of learning. And, if we listen to our ancestors, we would hear them tell us, this is what I want, or whatever the case might be. Because I was like, I had so much, and I'm like, I'm not going to do a thing before I go to you all so that you all could guide me. And because I know it was a large request, not only for myself but for my children and a whole lot of other things that that I have to get. Sometimes you pretend that you don't need anything, but so of course about 3/4 was what I need. So I'm like, I'm finally like putting myself or getting myself, taking care of myself now. So I said, I know it's going to be a lot, so I want to make sure and give you all whatever I need to give you all. And then I said, okay, because I have so much to do, I don't think the one day would be enough. So I'm like, okay, how much am I going to give you all? 5 days, 4 days, I have other, other rituals to do and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay, let's see. But I think 4 days is stuck in my head, to do it, and that will be it. So, again, as I told them, it's a learning process. So if I'm doing anything wrong, you all, I apologize, but, to also let me know, what I need to do. So it was really the experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. And to hear you and Habiba come talk about it, it's like, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of synchronicity.
Yes. And so for you, what I heard for you when you initially started talking, actually when I saw your hand raised, for your when you're doing a ritual for your children, if you're doing it for more than one, select one candle for each and pray for that child, for that candle that's assigned to them. So basically you're going to assign one candle to each child. That makes sense? So you may have the base candles, which is red and white, and then the subsequent candles, you may have, if you're doing something for 2 of your children, you have 4 in all. If you're doing, for 3, you're going to have 5. And so that's what they said for you. Each child needs their own candle. That's what they said.
All right, I hear that.
What you've done up to this point is fine. So
Yeah.
they told him to tell you that it's perfectly fine, but moving forward, each child needs their own candle. You're going to pray something specific for those children. And they're saying that because when you pray for your children, you're very clear and like you're detailed about what you want. And so they're saying it's best for you to have a separate candle for each, and they'll show you which color you need for each child based upon what they're dealing with.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
You're doing a great job. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Y'all got the homework. And I got to go. How about that?
Okay, good night. Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good night.